What's up, everybody? This is the Bolts Breakdown Podcast. This is a podcast for Tampa Bay Lightning fans by Tampa Bay Lightning fans. My name is Boomer.
And I'm Tommy.
And we are recording this on Wednesday night, June 10th. There has been some Lightning news.
Yep.
Andre Vasilevsky
yeah.
is proven the best goalie in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, just like you've always said.
Best goalie in NHL history.
Okay,
but he did win his second Vezina Trophy. So there's only been two goalies in NHL history to be nominated as a finalist, more than Andre Vasilevsky, who's been nominated 6 times.
Wow. Okay. Who are the other two goalies?
It's Brodeur and I think Hasek.
Dominic Hasek. Yeah. Okay. Those are some good goalies.
Yeah, and then there's one more. Maybe it's Hasek who's been nominated 6 times, but he's won all 6 times.
Wow.
But it's not more than 6 times.
Okay.
Anyways, Vasilevsky is in rare territory.
Yeah.
And I believe he's the best to ever do it. Probably not actually the best to ever do it, but he's certainly up there. So
I mean, the best ever in Lightning history. I think we can definitely say that.
For sure. Yep.
And he's definitely, I don't know, top 10 for sure. It feels like, right, of goalies. I mean, he's unbelievable.
Gotta be.
So it's funny because you always say, like, John Cooper, Andre Vasilevsky, and Nikita Kucherov. If we have those people on the ice, you know, or on behind the bench, then we're gonna win. And I mean, we're gonna win something, whether it's the Stanley Cup or the Vezina on the Jack Adams. It's gonna be something. So yeah, was cool.
So we'll talk about this more, I'm sure, throughout the offseason. But there's a belief out in hockey world that these are lifetime achievements. Vasi and Cooper. Do you see it that way, or was their season, the 25-26 season, really deserving of these awards?
Well, I mean, we talked about it, I think, a little bit last week with John Cooper and the season that he had handed to him. Like, he played with the cards that he had, right? And the cards were lots of injuries, right? Some of his best players not playing up to, well, their best play, right? And so he kind of had to adjust. He had to move lines around. He had to make it work, and he did. And being the, second best team in the Atlantic, right? And the third best in the Eastern Conference after all of that mess says a lot about him. Vasilevsky, I don't really know. He's just played so well, I think, over time that it's hard to say. He said nominated 6 times. And so that means that he's been good enough to be in the top 3 of the league, 6 times, right? So I don't know if this is a lifetime achievement. I mean, you could sort of say that for John Cooper because he's coached so well for 7 years now? More than that.
Cooper?
Right? How many
years? Since 2013. March 25th, 2013.
Why did I say 7? I mean, I'm thinking 17 or something. But
long time.
He's been here for a long time. So, no, I would disagree with that for sure. But I do say that they've been consistently good for a long time.
Right. I've never understood it. I just keep seeing it out there. People say Sorokin or Logan Thompson or all these goalies in the National Hockey League were better than Vasi. And when you look at the stats, I don't see it that
What
way.
Is better, though? How do we determine better?
So a lot of it is coming from advanced statistics. Vasilevsky there is no better goalie when you look at wins, save percentage, and goals against average. Vasilevsky is the top of the charts. But when you look at things like goals saved above expected, which is advanced models that do all these things, Sorokin has some better statistics. Logan Thompson has better statistics. And that's where the argument's coming from. It's they're saying Vasilevsky's this Hall of Fame goaltender who used to be this amazing goaltender who shut everyone down, but he's not that anymore, and he was towards the top of the league, so they said he should just win it again. Yeah. That's kind of their argument. But I was just curious if that's how you saw it, or if you look back at the season wow, Vasilevsky did have a great season, enough to be credited the best in the league.
I mean, I think I'm thinking of, I think it was John Tortorella who said something like, if it's a win, it's a win, and who cares about all these advanced stats of how much you expect. Or there was somebody also who was looking at analytics, and you know how they say percentage expected to win, or this team is 99% chance of winning, right? Yeah. And then they lose the game. And I saw the guy who was talking about this, and he was like, actually, they had a 0% chance to win the game because they lost the game.
Right.
And it was so interesting because it was just his view of advanced stats of does it really matter if at the end of the day you lost or you let in the goal? Does it really matter? And did you play against the best? Now, all these stats, you can put it into an AI system and say who's going to be the best goalie, but at the end of the day, it's people who are voting for these. It's not
general
stats.
managers for the Vezina.
Yeah. I know it's all confusing and different who votes for what, but at the end of the day, it's people who are voting for the best goalie or the best coach or whoever it is. It's not these advanced models. And so if they want the advanced models to choose the best goalie, that's fine, but that's not who's choosing them.
So Vasilevsky earned it.
Yes.
John Cooper earned it.
Yeah.
We are celebrating great seasons, even though we're out. And
Yep.
the Stanley Cup is going on without us. But
Yeah.
today, Tommy, we're going to talk about Lightning prospects.
Yes.
So it's kind of niche, but it's also kind of important because Anthony Cirelli, Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point were once prospects in the Lightning's farm system.
Yeah.
And now they're obviously superstars for the club team. So,
Well, it kind of brings me, you brought this topic up, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think about Lightning prospects very often. People are on our team or they're not, right? I think about trades. I'm maybe more in tune with free agency or things like that. But when you said, like, we're going to talk about prospects, the first question I really had was, like, what is a prospect? Like, what does that even mean? How do we define a prospect? And so many more questions. But I would just start there of, like, as you are doing research on this, all this stuff, like, what makes a prospect? How do we find these people? What's the process of becoming one and then being a Lightning player?
Sure. So prospects are anybody who's before professional hockey. So, and honestly, some of the AHL is a professional hockey league. So, but we have some prospects in the AHL. So it's kind of like this blurred line. Like, is Conor Geekie a prospect? Like he's been playing professional hockey for the past 2 seasons in the AHL, some in the NHL. But since he's not a proven NHLer, I would call him. But it's basically these young guys right from the draft or guys still playing in college on maybe a free agent. It's the young guys who aren't proven professional hockey players that we call prospects. Okay.
So how do they become a prospect, or how do we find these people? Like, do we have scouts on our organization or how does this work?
So we have a lot of scouts in the Lightning organization. So the director of amateur scouting's name is John Rosso, random guy in the Lightning's front office. But then under him, we have like 18 other scouts listed officially for the Lightning. But beyond that, I mean, people have connections, people have friends, and it's like this tight-knit world where they're watching players young. Like they could
around
be
the world, right?
From all around the world. Yeah, we have 5 just European scouts. So they're looking in Norway, in Sweden, in Finland. Like Benjamin Rautiainen, we talked about him last week. He's a prospect. He plays in Liga, which is a Finnish professional league. So there's a scout over there whose literal job is just to watch that league and find talent for the Lightning. So
that's so interesting. Like, what are they looking for? Right?
That's like, there's books out there, like literal books where it teaches you how to, because you're looking at teenagers, like literal kids, and saying, hey, is this guy going to be Nikita Kucherov?
Yeah.
Or is this guy going to be the next Tom Wilson who's going to drive somebody through the boards? Looks pretty tough as a 13-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah. Is that how young they're looking at them? Like,
yeah, at times, yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
It is insane. And so they're watching them like that early, and then they watch him progress, and then some of them, they're like, okay, he hasn't taken the steps we need. And again, still teenagers, so they're not going to draft him. Or some of them don't get drafted, and they're like, hey, he has potential, and they're watching him all the way up until like free agency, where they say, all right, we're going to sign him. But there's also, so we have professional scouts too, who are not just looking at prospects, but who are scouting like other NHL teams, who are scouting like the professional leagues, maybe in the AHL or country. Things
so they're
like that.
Everywhere. It sounds like looking for everything. And so I guess the question becomes, I know on this week's blog, you said there were like 31 prospects, right? That we have, and there's some top ones. So is there a point or process where it goes from a player that we're just like, oh, that player seems pretty good, to like, oh, that is now a Lightning prospect?
Yeah, so I'd say they become a prospect when they are introduced into the organization, which is typically through the draft.
Okay.
Now, some people aren't drafted, like famous ones, Tyler Johnson, never drafted. Martin St. Louis, not drafted. Darren Radish, not drafted. So those become prospects in our organization when we sign them. So we'll typically sign them out of free agents.
So signing or drafting is how basically we get rights or whatever.
Right.
These players.
When you sign them, well, when they're unrestricted free agent, nobody has the rights. So anybody can sign them. When you draft them, they're not necessarily on your team. They don't have a contract. We're not paying them, but we hold their rights. And each player, depending on where they're at, has a certain amount of time that we hold their rights.
Okay.
So like European prospects, you hold their rights indefinitely, or Russian prospects. And there's a couple that we have, like Roman Lutsev, I think his name is, and another one I can't pronounce called Pylenkov or something.
Okay.
They're in Russia, and we hold their rights forever because they're in Russia.
Yeah.
But say you draft them from juniors, like the Canadian Hockey League, CHL, which is OHL, WHL. You only hold their rights for 2 years.
Okay. So you got to act quick on these guys.
You got to act quick. You got to sign them to their entry-level contract. But then it gets fishy because if they go play college, those rights extend past when they.
Got it. Okay. So
there's
that's sort of a
actually-
holding period for them.
Right. There's one prospect named Caden Petrie. We drafted him a couple of years ago, and we had until June 1st to either sign him or him go to college, say he's going to college, which would extend. And he didn't say he was going to college, and we didn't sign him. So June 1st came, he became an unrestricted free agent, young enough to where he can be drafted. So we basically lost his rights. Now, he went and said he's going to college like later, but it was too late. We already lost his rights. So now he's not a prospect.
Okay. So I feel like I have a better understanding now of kind of the idea of prospects or the whole process of it. So who are our big ones?
The big
then,
ones. So
I guess.
we can't talk about all 31.
That would be a long episode.
That's a lot, and there are a lot of names we can't pronounce, and they're playing like against kids, and it's like who knows? Like we talked to us in 3.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about all of them, but in the blog I separated it into tiers. So A tier, B tier, C tier. And then there's a few, I think that I listed 4 in the blog that are not really even in the C tier. They're like, we drafted them 3 years ago, we gave them a shot, but now they're playing in the ECHL, not really performing well, kind of on their way. Not going to get them another contract.
Yeah.
But the players in the A tier, so our 3 best prospects, I'd say are Sam O'Reilly. I've mentioned him.
Yeah, you talked about
him.
him.
He won the triple MVP, which is MVP in the OHL, MVP in the playoffs, and then in the Memorial Cup MVP. Remember, only 3 other players ever in hockey history. Yep, have done that. Corey Perry,
Mitch Marner,
and Brad Richards.
There it is. Yeah.
So Sam O'Reilly is, by and large, our best prospect, and I mean, I'm really excited to watch. I listened to a podcast this week, and there's a whole podcast for the Kitchener Rangers. And they have like this great podcast, and they're doing episodes like us for the Rangers, OHL team. They're talking about Sam O'Reilly is like maybe the best in the OHL.
Wow.
Like of any player to play in the OHL, he's the most NHL ready. And that's like people unbiased.
Get him on our
me.
team, man. Get him on the ice. Let's go.
Right. And so he's up there. There's Benjamin Rautiainen, who we talked about.
We did talk about him last week.
He set the record for the Liga, Finnish Professional League. Nobody's ever scored 70 points in a year, and he did it. So, I mean, they have. It's just been like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And none of the active Finnish NHLers have scored near what he scored. And then Conor Geekie's up there too. I still call him a prospect just because he has not
kind of been back
proven.
And forth a
He's
bit.
not proven he's an NHLer.
So I am curious about Sam O'Reilly. He's this big prospect for us. Like, wow, this is maybe a superstar in the making. We'll see. You know, we just don't know if he's going to prove himself or not. What role would he fulfill coming on the Lightning roster? Let's just say he does show up this year at some point, you know. What role would he fulfill? Like, what kind of style of play is he going to be engaging in? Like, who is he like?
He's like Anthony Cirelli.
Okay.
If you want to compare them, I mean, they're both from Ontario.
Okay.
So, a little weird.
Okay.
They're both centers who are described as like 200-foot players, like really strong defensively.
Lots of skating.
Yep. Lots of skating. Great on the PK, can play power play. He's literally like Anthony Cirelli.
Okay, got it. So he can kind of be all over the ice and just do whatever.
Right. And the big draw is he's a right-handed centerman who's very, very good at faceoffs. Like,
we need that.
Top of the league. Like, I think he took over
that.
800 draws in the postseason, and he won 58% of them.
Wow. Okay. So he, yeah.
We need a right-handed faceoff man, like who could maybe just be serviceable, right? But if we get a right-handed faceoff man who's excellent, like that's kind of a game changer.
Yeah. Actually, as you're talking about him, it reminds me of I've been watching the Cup final and watching Mitch Marner, who does play on the PK and does play on the power play and is all over the ice. He doesn't necessarily take draws, but I just see him all over the place.
One of the Vegas players got injured, and he had to cover center for one of the games.
I mean, he can do it. And you just said who are the guys who won all those trophies? He was one of them.
So will he be Anthony Cirelli? Will he be Mitch Marner? I don't know.
Time will tell.
I want to list some other guys just that are exciting to me. So like Dylan Duke, he's someone who's on his third year of the entry level contract. We've seen him in the NHL a couple times. He's someone that's like this is going to be a big season for him. If he's going to make it, like it's almost now or never a little bit. And maybe we'll sign him to another contract after his injury levels up just because he's close and on the bubble. That would make sense. But people have been talking about Dylan Duke for a while, and it's like, okay, will he take the step this year or not? I hope so. Ethan Czata, he was somebody we drafted. It was our first draft pick of last year's draft. So he's going to go play in the OHL again most likely, but he's an exciting prospect. We have like Ethan Gauthier, I've
heard of that name too.
He was in the OHL. His first professional league in the AHL was last year. Okay. And his dad was like a proven kind of like a Tom Wilson type guy. He's like real physical, dominated people, knuckles, all.
Okay.
So he's a cool one. And then I don't know. There's like Everett Baldwin. We drafted him last year. He's probably the best defenseman in our system.
Okay.
Right-handed defenseman.
We've been doing well.
The list goes on and on.
I do feel that in the defensemen, I think a lot of those were forwards except for the last one.
Yeah, right? We only have 6 defensemen of the 31. So
okay, that's
not a lot of defensemen in our system.
It's not a lot, but we do have some really, really top tier defensemen on our team right now. And the question is, are we going to keep them or what's going to happen with them? And
do you have any other thoughts on prospects in general?
I mean,
31 in our system. We have. I wrote down some numbers. So 24 are forwards. 6 are defensemen, 1 is a goalie. Okay. Only 1 prospect in our system. But we have 8 right-handed forwards, 16 left-handed forwards, 3 and 3 left-handed, right-handed defensemen.
My gosh, it's so many numbers and things.
There's a lot of numbers, right? But these are all players like that might become Lightning players.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I think I like to see like once they start to make their way up, like you can like a Conor Geekie, then it makes it interesting to know like where come from and who's sort of behind you in the Lightning line, if so to speak, right? And so you have the guys who showed up this past year. You got Stu, you got Dominic James, who these guys are just kind of showing up, and all of a sudden you're like, they're here. But most likely, if we did this a year ago, you probably would have mentioned their names.
Right? Probably not. I definitely wouldn't have.
I mean, yeah. It's just like we probably. If we had a list of 31 prospects, like I don't know if they'd be on them or not, and so you just don't know. These guys kind of show up out of the blue, and we'll see if it's these big. It makes me wonder the players that we do have, kind of like where did they come from?
That leads us perfectly into our next segment, which is going to be a game for you. So
okay,
it's impossible to ask you
Lightning games is what it really feels like. So
right, it's impossible to ask you questions about the prospects that we don't know a lot about yet. But these players on our team. All were prospects at one point. So I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you hints about players' journeys to the NHL, and you're going to have to guess the prospect.
Okay.
But all of these prospects are current Lightning players or players that have since moved on from the Lightning, but are like, they're all John Cooper era.
Okay.
All Lightning legends or current players.
Yes.
So they're all players you would know.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you like when they were drafted. I'm going to tell you maybe where they played in the OHL, maybe where they're from. Okay. I'll give you their stats.
Let's jump into it. Let's just see it.
And you're just going to have to tell me what the prospect is.
Okay.
So, for everyone watching, you can compete against Tommy. Again, this is the off-season theme. There's going to be ways for you to earn points. So, if you get the prospect on the first hint, you get 5 points.
Okay.
The second hint, you get 4. Third hint, you get 3. Fourth hint, you get 2 points. If you take all 5 hints, you only get 1 point for getting them.
Okay.
It'll make sense as we go, but keep track of your points. Tommy, keep track of your points.
Yeah, I will do my best.
See how many people beat you.
I'll do my best. Okay.
All right, so first one's up. Here's your first hint. You might not get it off the first hint, but
that makes sense. Probably a draft year or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fact one, he was drafted 77th overall in 2007.
Okay. So
want another hint?
Let's just take a second here. 2007. Wow, this is a long time ago. Let's go one more hint.
He played NCAA hockey at Harvard.
Alex Killorn.
Alex Killorn, there you go. So I'll read the rest of the hints. Just for people watching. But he played 1 year, 44 AHL games before actually making the NHL. He's got 805 games played, 198 goals, 466 points, and he was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Obviously, you already got it. Alex Killorn. That's 4 points for you.
All right. Because that's, 2 hints? So 4 points. Okay, 4 points.
So keep track. You're at 4 points.
I'm keeping track.
Harvard gave it away, huh?
Yeah, I did. I remember that because I think there was some mention of that in either playoffs or just during the year of like how he was a Harvard guy.
Yeah.
And that was 2007. That was a long time ago. So, yeah. Okay.
All right. Next prospect.
Okay.
He's drafted 79th, 2014.
Okay, 79th, 2014. Okay, go ahead. Next one. Let's go next hint.
In the WHL, which is a Canadian Hockey League,
Mm-hmm.
he played for the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Now let's go another hint.
He played 9 AHL games on a ATO, which is an amateur tryout.
Okay.
The year before his entry-level contract. So basically,
9
this means
AHL
he played
games.
after his OHL or his WHL season ended. He went and played for the Syracuse Crunch, but then the next year, his first year of the entry-level contract, he made the.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't really spend a season in the AHL.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a guess so I can get some points here. I'm gonna say Braden Point.
Wow, great guess.
Okay.
So here's his stats: born in Calgary, Alberta. Braden Point.
Wow. Okay. Good. 2 for 2. So that gives me 3 points, right? Because I
Yep.
had 3 hints.
Yep, so you're at 7 points.
Yep. 7.
All right.
Okay.
Next one.
So far, so good. I feel pretty good about this.
This player was drafted 208th, 2011.
Nikita Kucherov.
No.
Dang.
But good guess.
Okay.
All right. Second hint. He played in the QMJHL, which is another Canadian hockey league. He played for
I don't know
Drummondville.
what that is. Okay.
He played 117 AHL games before making the NHL.
117. That's a season and a half or so, right?
Yeah.
I mean, more than that. So
That's
okay.
2 seasons. So
Yeah.
Next
Well, I don't
hint.
think I would have known at this point.
he played 628 games with the Lightning, 143 goals, 423 points. So proven Lightning player. These are a lot of games. You watched this guy.
Yeah, I've watched
A
this
lot.
guy a lot. I should know who it is. I mean, I already made my guess, so I don't get any points for this one. But let's go one more hint just to get the rest of it.
He was born Czechoslovakia. You remember any famous Czechoslovakians in Lightning history?
Why am I just totally blanking?
It's a hard one. This is probably the hardest on the list.
Yeah, you'd say so.
Everyone's hopefully made their guess.
Yeah.
It is Andre Palat.
Oh man, Andre
Drafted
Palat. Yeah,
208th.
that's crazy.
Like, that puts in perspective all of these players that we're talking about. Like, they might be 7th round draft picks. But
Yeah.
if Andre Palat can play 600 plus games,
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. So you're at 7 still.
Disappointed in that one, but it's okay. I'm at 7.
Yeah? All right.
Okay.
This player was undrafted. He signed his entry level contract 2018.
I'm going for points here, so Darren Radish.
Wow. What a guess.
Yeah, let's
OHL
go.
played for the Erie Otters. 6 years battling through the minors.
Yep.
249 games played, 35 goals, 22 of which were last year.
Yep, that's
Born in
correct.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Darren
Darren
Radish.
Radish.
Let's go. 5 points. That
5
gives
points.
me 12.
Yep.
I was like, listen, undrafted, only a couple options that I could really think of. We talked about him earlier, and 2018, it's relatively new.
Right.
So
yeah, it's probably a
Darren
current
Radish.
player, right?
Yeah, Darren Radish.
Nice job.
Okay.
All right.
At 12.
Undrafted, signed his entry level contract 2011.
Okay. Next hint. Let's go next hint.
Played in the WHL for the Spokane Chiefs. You know where Spokane is?
Washington?
Yep. Might not help you, but
I don't I don't think so.
he
Okay.
played 137 AHL games before making it to
All
the
right.
NHL.
I want to take a guess because we talked earlier about undrafted people. Darren Radish being one of them, but you also mentioned some other people.
I did.
My memory is very poor, and so I'm not going to remember who they are in this moment. But they were undrafted. Let's just give me more hints. More hints.
All right.
Let's go.
4th hint. You're down to 2 points on this one. He played
Yeah.
589 games with the Bolts, 161 goals, 361 points.
1 goals, 360. That's a lot of games.
Yep. He would be a Lightning legend.
Okay, let's go one more. It's probably his hometown.
Born in Spokane, Washington.
Of course. Okay, so it's an American.
An American.
Wow.
Born in Washington.
Born in Washington, an American who played for our team. 2011.
I'm sure there are people watching that are screaming.
They're probably screaming at me because I don't know. Oh my gosh. Why can I not remember? I don't know. I mean,
Take a random stab at it. You don't get any points for not guessing.
Jake Gensel.
No. Tyler Johnson.
Oh, we just talked about
talked about him. He's actually one of the
course.
guys I listed as undrafted.
Yeah, he is. See, that if I had just remembered that fact, but man.
What are you at? You're at 12?
Yeah, I'm at 12.
All right, next
Okay,
player.
disappointed again. But it's
Drafted 72nd in 2015.
Okay. 2015. No, I don't. Keep
Next
going.
hint, he played in the OHL for the Oshawa Generals.
Okay.
Hint,
Yep.
51 AHL games, 1 season, before making the NHL.
Okay, so pretty quick transition. Let's go another hint, just because these are tough now. These are getting tough.
582 games played, 147 goals, 344 points.
The OHL for the Oshawa Generals, drafted in 2015. Okay. Thinking. Oh. Let's go one more. I just don't know.
He was born in Ontario, Canada.
And
I don't know
whatever
how
that's
to
called.
say. I don't know how to say that one.
Wow, a Canadian. Sorelli, I don't know.
Wow, that's a great guess. I was gonna say he's a current player.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
So you get another point. You're at 13.
13.
I thought I gave it away because earlier, remember, Sam O'Reilly, Anthony Sorelli, both from Ontario.
Yeah. That's right. Lots of people from Ontario probably, but yeah.
All right, next prospect.
Okay.
Undrafted, signed entry-level contract 2014.
Okay.
He played in the QMJHL for Victoriaville.
No idea so far.
5 years battling through the minors, meaning between AHL and ECHL.
Okay. I kind of want to take a guess. I'm going to say Brandon Hagel.
No.
Okay, no. All
right.
The battling through the minors.
Watching.
Yeah.
413 games played, 90 goals, 229 points.
Okay.
And the final hint, he's from Quebec, Canada.
Is it Yanni Gord?
It is Yanni Gord. Nice.
There you go.
You don't get any points, it is Yanni Gord.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent so long battling, trying just to make it to the NHL.
Yeah.
And we are ready to give up on Conor Geekie because it's his third year, But Yanni
you
Gord
could get a
took
Yanni
5
Gord
years.
out of this, man.
Andre Palat took 6 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Radish
took 5 years. Yeah. And
Sometimes
now he's
you need it.
creating history, like one of 3 to score 22 goals in a season.
Wild.
All right. There's only a couple more, Tommy. Drafted 58th overall in 2011.
Okay.
17 AHL games before making the NHL.
Probably not helpful, but
he's a left-handed forward, 6 foot, 173 pounds.
Ooh, left-handed forward.
Years turning in your head.
Now I'm not gonna remember my left from my right with my forwards. Wow, left-handed forward. What am I at? 13 points. I feel like I need a couple points here. I mean, I'm gonna make a Jake Gensel guess again.
No. Jake Gensel is not on the list.
Okay, he's not on the list.
Here, I'll give you another hint.
Gonna get
879 games played, 401 goals, 1,124 points.
It's Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's born
in
Russia.
I should have waited. I should have waited for some points there. Nikita Kucherov. Of course.
It was a good
I was going for points, not for getting it right.
All right, there's only 2 more left.
Okay, I got 13 points right now. Yeah.
All right, this player was drafted 107th overall in 2021. He was drafted by Arizona, though.
I'm gonna guess.
Don't guess who you're thinking of guessing.
Okay, I'm not gonna guess. You're
gonna guess Conor Geekie?
No.
Who? Okay, maybe you should guess. I don't know.
I think I want to guess.
All right, guess.
JJ Moser.
No.
Dang it. I wanted the 5 points.
All right. Next, he played outside of North America.
Okay.
Before coming over here. He had 33 AHL games, just 1 season before making the NHL. You think you know who it is yet?
33 AHL, played outside North America, drafted by Arizona.
163 games played, 5 goals, 36 points.
Oh my gosh.
Not a scorer.
No, definitely not. 5 goals and 36 points. One more. He's
born in Sarpsborg, Norway.
Sarpsborg, Norway.
You know any Norwegians off the top of your head on our team? He currently plays on our team. He's a defenseman.
Can I get a freaking roster one day? Like, I would love a roster. I need some multiple choice. Okay.
The people listening will tell you it is Emil Lilleberg.
Okay.
The Norwegian.
Yeah.
He's from Norway.
No, I would have never remembered.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Got to redeem yourself here.
Okay.
Drafted 62nd, 2020.
Okay.
Played for the Everett Silvertips of the WHL.
Not helpful.
He's played in 226 AHL games.
That's quite a few.
He played a bunch before making, but he's currently on the NHL roster.
Okay. I need another hint, though.
136 games played, 19 goals, 53 points.
not helpful either. So
Last
I'm
hint.
starting to burn out here. I'm not
He
getting
was born in Mission, British Columbia, Canada.
Okay, Canadian, 2020, played a lot of AHL games, played WHL, not a lot of. This feels like a defenseman too.
It's a forward.
Okay, the forward, 2020. I don't know.
Think about guys who don't score a lot. So maybe like depth guys, young guys coming up,
Sure.
slow progressions.
Sure. 2020.
Currently on the roster. We talk about him a lot.
But I don't have the roster.
I'm trying to see how else I can help.
You're just going to have to help me by clicking the
His
button.
best year was last year.
Best year was last year.
He's a player I've met. That probably doesn't count for a point.
I don't think
Gage
it does.
Gonzalez,
I don't think it does. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So
There
you had
go.
13 points.
I got 13. Yeah.
Not bad. All of that goes to show like prospects take a long time.
Also, just don't know. Right?
No,
Like
you
they
don't.
show up to your arena and you're like, oh, that's a cool guy. I like his name and he scores a lot of goals, but you have no idea where he came from.
Right. I think you said it a couple of weeks ago, but you're like, I don't know who most of these guys are until on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're cheering goals and they become your favorite player. Like
Exactly.
Dominic James. Who in Bolts Nation knew about Dominic James before all of a sudden he's like 90% of the fans? You know, like
yeah. Oh,
it's fun to
man.
talk about him. And it's fun for me personally to get a little nerdy and like learn about him so I can watch Jayson Shaugabay play for Minnesota Duluth. Like,
And I'm like,
nobody
who
else
that?
is.
No, nobody else
But
is.
it's fun to look back and say like, man, they all had these stories of trying to get to the
Yeah.
NHL, and some do and some don't. And how many of these 31 will?
Yeah.
No idea.
Well,
But
I love talking about Eric Chernak a few weeks ago because I was like, in their histories, I feel like it gets you buy-in, but also just makes it more interesting to watch the games because you're like, oh, I know that guy. Like that guy is, like you said, Millelberg. He's from Norway, and look, he played, outside America, and he played for this team, and he was drafted this point. Like I know these guys' stories, and they come together on this team. And when you see the team chemistry, I feel like it really shows because you see guys like Brandon Hagel, Anthony Cirelli, best buds.
Yeah.
You're like, these guys sort of didn't know each other, and came together. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy to see like what teams and fans.
For sure. All right, Tommy, let's close out today's episode with a segment we're going to do all throughout the offseason, a newer segment called the ThunderBucket segment.
Yes.
So this is where every week we're going to draw from the Hagel's Bagels bucket hat. We have all these prompts in here. Mm-hmm. And they can be anything remotely Lightning, Tampa, hockey related. We don't really know. So if you want to submit a prompt, this is where you get involved. You can submit it up here on the screen. You can say bit.ly.thunderbucket.com, or you can go to any of my social medias and you can click the link. And it's just a Google form.
It's in the show notes or something.
In the show notes too. Yep.
Podcast.
Really click on my account. You'll find a way to submit to the ThunderBucket. And then we will put your prompt in here and we'll draw from it every week.
Yeah, and probably put the name of the person too who did it.
Sign your name, leave your social media handle. We'll give you a little shout out.
Yeah.
But right now we're going to draw from it. We're going to do one every single episode throughout the offseason at least. Last week we talked about foods that should be added to benchmarks.
Yep, that's right.
Again, anything hockey related, Tampa, Lightning, anything like that. Yep.
Yeah, anything goes. Well, mostly anything. We'll probably look at it before we actually put it in, but I'm pulling this week as you did last week. And
what do we got?
This week in the ThunderBucket, if the Bolts had to design new jerseys, what would they look like?
That's hard to.
Ooh, this is more outside of the
change.
Box. Yeah. Ooh.
All right, since you read the question, I'll have to go first.
Yes, that's how it goes typically. So if the Bolts had to design new jerseys, what would they look like? And I think what does each look like? Meaning there's a home, right? There's an away, and then there's going to be a third or an alternate jersey. So you start, even if you just have one idea, I think I can probably come up.
I would say it's hard to say all of the design details, but one thing that I like that they did, like in the Stadium series, they've done in some of their alternates. I like when the numbers have like a little know what I'm talking about? Like the one tapers off into.
Yeah.
And then another piece that I really like are like the victory stripes. Do you know what that they are?
Is it the thing that's on our reverse retro jersey now, where it's got like the stripes on the
like under the arms and on the sleeves?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Phil Esposito who's talked about it. But the idea is like when they score, they all raise their hands, right? And see like the color of the team arms or like on the sleeves.
Okay, yeah.
It's the victory stripes because obviously they're scoring, they're celebrating.
Yeah.
I would incorporate both those two things. I would leave the colors.
Okay.
So same blue, same white.
Yeah.
And the current logo is my favorite logo, but I would remove the hockey club logo part and I would just make it the simplest.
Yeah, okay.
I know that's not on the front for jerseys, but like even on the sides, on the shoulder patches, I wouldn't have the hockey club circle. Yeah. I would just do the bolt.
That makes sense. I would say, as far as New Jersey, one of the things I really liked about the Stadium Series jersey was the small, subtle pieces of the design. So if you looked at it, there was like, like the little pirate on the sleeve and the beads, and like they had a little thing, collar and all that kind of stuff. I would say like our jerseys right now, if you just look at them on the ice, they look clean, but they also look very simplistic. And so I would love if you keep them pretty simplistic, but you add some more subtle like design details to it.
What design details would you add?
Ooh, that's the tough part. I feel like you could do little lightning bolt, like in, I don't know, like on the sleeves and the side or something like that. But if I had more time, I could think of that. I'm not the most creative person, so I feel like it's maybe not my job, but I do think adding some subtle, design. And one thing I really liked is people have mixed feelings about it, but I really like the mammoth logo and how it sort of incorporates the idea of on the mountains into the actual mammoth. And I'm thinking baseball, they do City Connect, the City Connect jerseys, and the Rays have one where it's the Sunshine Skyway and like a Devil Ray, and it's like combined together or whatever. I would love something like that in a jersey. That's like our alternate, where we have like the Tampa skyline like in the lightning bolt or something like that. Like, I'd love something that's like more Tampa-esque, because a lot of times like the Toronto Maple Leafs are the same colors as us, right? Yuck. But they do have like, it's Canada. So I would love something that says like, oh, this is but this is Tampa.
We own the state. We can claim that.
So like, this is Florida. This is Tampa, right? Right now it's a lightning bolt. It's cool, but I'd love something a little bit more.
Tie it back to City Connect.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So. Interesting. All right, Tommy. That's going to do it for this episode of Bolts Breakdown. Thanks for watching. Again, Bolts Breakdown is a resource for Tampa Bay Lightning fans. So if you like to read, if you like to learn about all 31 prospects, even the ones who probably aren't going to be around in 60 days, there's a blog. So I send that out every Monday morning. It goes really in depth. It's got links to everything if you want to click more. It's for the nerds out there like me. If you're someone who just loves Lightning and you just want more Lightning talk,
like
then the podcast, like Tommy, then the podcast is for you. But either way, Bolts Breakdown exists in both formats, blog or podcast, for free. Simply to help Bolts Nation follow the team. So
yes, and don't forget to submit to the ThunderBucket if you haven't.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it. We will be back next Thursday morning. For now, go Bolts.